Nation, Guru Nation, Guru Nation, Guru Nation. Guru Nation, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Look, we're on Instagram Live also. We're in the studio. Brand new employee, Luis Ruiz, actually his first appearance. I just realized this, not even on a story. I didn't even put you on anything.
No,
on a picture. You're on a picture on Yuma Clinical Trial. Holiday party was yesterday. How was it? Holiday party was...
It was pretty cool, the party, yeah.
I think the team has a really good rapport. Like the the six if you count Jaime.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you count our PIs, now you met all the PIs.
Yeah.
And we just landed a new cardiologist today, which you haven't met, but even I haven't met. I just talked to you on the phone. But we're growing. Like the Yuma Clinical Trials, we have a really good team. I think there's a good chemistry amongst everyone. What have been your experience so far? Just not work related, just like getting along with others. What did you expect and how is it actually compared to what you expected?
Well, I mean, with the people I get along, I used to get along with them very good. They are having me a lot of patience my first days and well, until this day too, because I'm still learning. So yeah, I feel a good chemistry with all the YCT team. It's pretty cool how they are teaching me the things and all the stuff that I need to do.
Like, what did you think you were going to get into before? Because you've never worked in research. Right?
No, I haven't.
So when we interviewed you, you know, you were clearly like a really good candidate. Everyone was excited about you. And what were your expectations and then what versus reality?
Well, I mean, the expectation about the education that always they teach me about the little research knowledge that I have was in the tissue culture area in a laboratory at my university. So
because that's your background.
Yeah,
right?
that's my background. That's
bench research.
Yeah, bench research. That's the only research knowledge that I have. So when Dan contacted me about Indeed, it was like, yeah, you will fit in the profile, and I was like, yeah, I will fit in the profile. I would like to know about it.
That was actually my wife.
And that was actually Dan's wife.
I had no idea what was
in
happening.
the interviews, I was like, thank you so much, Dan, for giving me all this opportunity. And then Dora sent me a message like, by the way, I'm Dora. So, and I was like, Dora, why did you
But
not
I rolled
tell
with
me?
it. I said, you're welcome. No problem.
Yeah, you're okay.
All right.
And I was like giving you all the credit. And it was like Dora that sent me all the message. But obviously you get the credit. Because
people like you with your background don't come around that often. So bench research, you were a biomedical engineer in Mexicali. That's where you finished your education, right?
Yeah, my bachelor's. Yeah,
and where you worked in bench research, right?
Yeah, in bench research.
Because in San Luis they don't do bench research.
No,
right?
it's a little small town that they don't have like all this stuff there.
Yeah. But in Mexicali, that's where they do.
Yeah, in Mexicali, it's like they're just a little growing this investigation stuff.
It's starting to be like Tijuana's, like has it everything.
Yeah, I mean, Tijuana and a little part of Ensenada has parts of research.
They do, yeah. I know a lot of them in Baja California.
Yeah.
There's even a site, like a Yuma Clinical Trials in Baja California. Yeah. It's called Baja Clinical Trials.
Baja Clinical Trials.
I know the owner, so he's really cool. Zane. He's going to be at SOS.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you'll meet him.
Okay.
But like your expectations, like coming in, you must have had some thoughts of what it's going to be, clinical research, versus what you experienced. Like what are the compare and contrast what you thought and then what's been your experiences so far?
Okay, well, yeah, comparing my situations about there, it was like I was all the day in a laboratory doing my research, my investigations with the cells, helping my partners to do a master's investigation too. So I literally did not have like a treat with the patients. And hearing, none.
Zero.
You're
just dealing
with
cells.
in my laboratory there in my college, I didn't have like any relationship with the patients until I became a biomedical and clinical research. That now it's more often that I talk with the patients, and it's kind of a little different. I thought that it was gonna be like some research there in a specific area, but not involved with the patients of a clinic.
Yeah.
So that was like get me I will gonna be with persons.
And
I
how
will
do you like
treat
it?
it.
How do you
And
like
I really like it. Yeah, I like it.
And you've interacted with patient. You've done patient visits now.
Yeah, I have done the patient visits. I have
Not on
been
your
there.
own yet, though,
Not
right?
on my own.
Okay.
No, I haven't run a visit
Soon?
yet.
I think soon.
Soon, yeah, the next week.
On the next week?
Yeah, next week.
I was gonna say in the next month, but
No.
in the next week.
They
So
put me a lot
Katie's
of
gonna have
pressure.
it?
Yeah, the next week you will run in a visit.
Is it for the psych one or the?
It's by Alto. Yeah,
Okay. Well, that one's easy enough.
I mean, hopefully they're
Wow,
giving
by
me a little
yourself.
one. Yeah, by
Hey, you
myself.
did IP accountability today with me. I made
Yeah,
sure.
and I receive a lot of information today.
Well, and even because they're, like I said, the concepts are the same, but the portals are different. Even because I'm not so used to that particular portal, didn't know exactly where to go. But when you play around with it enough, you figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out. You find the places that the information and all the you need to upload goes. So yeah.
Yeah, the concept is the same.
It's the
I
same,
know what I'm
yes.
looking for. I need
Yeah.
the participant level log, which was done correctly.
Yeah.
But then what we discovered was the master one was not done correctly,
Yeah,
which is
that's
actually
true.
a very common
Mistake. Yeah.
occurrence.
Not a mistake.
It's not really a mistake.
Mhm.
It's just when you get so busy. That's what I want to talk to you about next.
Yeah.
When we get so busy, there's things that you push off till later.
Mhm.
And it's understandable. I mean, patients want to get called. You see my phone. Every time I open it is a new lead.
Yeah, it's a new lead.
patient lead.
Even in mine too.
Every time
I
we
got
walk
received.
into the office, a provider sends a patient. Like, you saw it today.
Yeah, I saw it today.
So, and somebody has to call them all. And it's not me, guys. Like, I call very few compared to these guys. Like,
Yeah.
you.
I have been called like 20, 20 people, persons, since I came in. Yeah.
And how, what's your experience with that, calling patients?
Well, most of them they don't answer you. They
Yeah.
don't like answer, and
But
the
do you
ones
text them back? Or?
yeah, I text them back. Yeah, I give all the information, and obviously I try to call them back. Most of them they don't like answer back, but it's okay. The few that already answered to me, it's like they're really nice people, and I like to introduce myself to them. I like to tell them that I am part of the YCT team, and if they're interested of being part of a study. So yeah, it's pretty cool about the little patients that I
And
persons.
that's common, like 10%. When the provider refer them, it's more like 100%. But once in a while, they don't want to talk to us either.
Yeah.
But you know how many attempts it takes to get one lead to even say yes or no to you?
It just take, well, for me, I already take like one person that already told me like, no.
Yeah, off the bat. But on
Yeah, off the bat.
average,
On average,
the industry did a study on this.
okay.
On average, like all the leads we got since you started 3 weeks, we probably have over 100.
Yeah, and that's
Which is
that's a
crazy.
few.
It's crazy. It takes about 5 contact attempts to get a yes or no on average in the industry. So just because they didn't answer or are ignoring you,
Yeah.
it hasn't been 5 times for each one. So then that's why I say, like, on a slow day like tomorrow,
Yeah.
just go back and
check all those leads.
because you know how many times I've done that, and the patient on their 4th call said, "Oh, thank you so much. I don't know why I don't answer my calls usually, but your text made me remember what it's about." And so they're happy that the ones that do, it's worth it.
Yeah.
And then some will say, no, thank you. And that's okay.
Mm.
You have to be okay with the rejection. And that's just a small part of what a coordinator does. But you've been doing, like, since you got here, we've gotten super busy. Maybe
Yeah.
every day.
You guys didn't lie to me.
Every day is what? Like, today was only 1 patient. Yesterday was maybe none. Or was it?
No, yesterday we didn't have any patients.
This is a slow week.
Yeah.
But an average day is like 2 or 3 patients. So
Yeah, I couldn't notice on my second day of work, December 5, that we got like 4 or 5
we had
patients.
I think that day we had like
Yeah.
5 patients. So how do you like that? Like What do you prefer? Like a lot of patients and then catch up later, or do you prefer like one or two a day and then finish all the EDC? We can get into that. Like as a new coordinator, what do you prefer?
Well, I didn't get like bothered or something to be like in my second day having a lot of patients. I will say that I prefer having like 2 to 3 patients a day, because I mean I need to get along with all the training and along with the websites that I need to upload documents and all the clinical information about the patients. So the more the patients, the more that I will get like all the knowledge
Yeah.
by impact. Yeah,
And it's you, Lana, Grecia, Katie,
Katie. Yeah,
me, and Jaime. I don't do that much anymore, but really, like the four of you and Jaime, uh, it's not like it's just you with all those patients. It's
yeah. I mean,
everybody.
no, I'm with them, and obviously they're training me, and I saw all the things that they're doing, like Jaime, Katie, and Gracie and Lana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, and I would like to run a visit like them, like being so confident with the people and with the patients now there
So next
in the
week,
clinic. Yeah, next week. That's why I need to be more confident.
yeah, you'll do the whole thing. Is that a screening or what is that?
Yeah, it's a screening.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
I'll probably have to be there with you.
yeah.
For that
Hopefully,
study, I have to do stuff.
thank you.
And today we learned IP accountability.
Yeah.
So what did you learn the difference between master and subject level accountability?
Well, I mean, about we uploading some of the medication about this successfully patient that it was her last visit. So my coworkers upload their information in her personal logs. So as you say me, well, we need to upload it then too at the master's log too. So that's when we start like searching all the website, and because I didn't have like an access until that time that you told me like, oh well, just we'll trying to change your password and we'll going to get in to log into the web. So yeah, I log in, I saw all the all the principal page. It's kind of impacting to me because I'm receiving a lot of information, but it's cool because I'm like, okay, so this is the masters, this is the personal, so I need to upload all the information of the patient and in the correct file. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's different aspects of being a coordinator is calling patients. It's doing the visits when the patients are there.
Yeah.
You've answered queries.
Answer queries, the
You've
lab
answered a bunch of
tests.
queries. No?
Yeah.
You've processed labs. What else? You've done we're applying for a new study for vitiligo.
Yeah, for vitiligo. Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to get that study with Harris. I don't know any information about that study. Harris was asking, I think it's a pill,
Oh, it's a fail.
but he was asking if it's a cream or a pill. I think it's a pill. I'm not sure, but you'll learn. That'll be like your study.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still waiting for the response. They will send me like an email.
Oh, they're gonna
about,
send you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
okay.
waiting for them.
Okay, and then you've learned. What about all the portals? We have so many portals. Every study has.
Yeah, his specific ones.
We tried to warn you in the interview about this too.
No, yeah, that's true. But in back in time, I used to work with just like the Microsoft Office setup, like this Word, Excel, and all that stuff. So yeah, and with like. It was kind of impacting because then it will not be such a problem. But the first time that I saw all the portals, I was like, damn, yeah, there's a lot of portals.
Training for all of them.
And training for all of them. Finally, I finished all my training, and I'm just waiting to be part of a.
Okay, be honest, because this podcast is about being honest.
Oh, okay.
Do those trainings, not the trainings we give you, the training the sponsor give you for each portal, helpful?
Okay, it can be helpful, not in a 100% way, because the most of important is the practice. It's one of them. The thing that I need to do, it's be with the patients, do all the stuff, do all the lab tests, do all the procedures, and follow the protocol, follow on the criteria, all that stuff. So okay, yeah, the websites and the training courses, they give you like a little knowledge of them, and yeah, all the theory, and it's about you, how you implement it. So yeah, I will say that the courses really work like in a 70-80%.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good because yeah, I watched a lot of videos.
I think they're closer to 40. Honestly, I
Oh,
think the
really?
slides are better than the videos.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
And
when you need, like you said, when you need to figure out something like tomorrow,
yeah,
you might be by yourself tomorrow. There's a good chance. Thank you, by the way.
you're
And
welcome.
we might get that drug shipment because I wouldn't have known. Like we logged in
We
today
look,
in the IP manual, in the IRT to see about the master IP log,
yeah,
right?
and the shipments.
And on there we saw
Mhm.
that on December 18th something was sent.
Yeah.
So it might be tomorrow that it arrives.
Mm-hmm.
Now you know how
Yeah,
to log
now
in
I know how to receive a shipment, and that's a thing that I learned today
from me.
for Dan.
Was that the first thing I taught you? Like actually taught you?
No, you already taught me about the protocol. We did my first day, no, the second day, and also about a patient. And you show me a little bit.
I did walk you
Yeah,
through everything.
he walked me through about the inclusion, the exclusion criteria,
Okay.
and all the tests. The PhD.
A lot of details.
Yeah, that's a lot of details.
And every study is something else.
Yeah.
And you already made kind of your first mistake, although minor.
Yeah. I already know my mistakes.
The monitor was laughing kind of, but he doesn't know who did it.
Okay.
We wrote a note what happened, and it's erased. Well, it's not erased, but it's explainable.
Okay.
But you learned from mistakes
Yeah,
too.
you learn from mistake. That's true.
Yeah. And so now you feel pretty confident with some of these portals.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel most confident with them. For example, with Creo, that's the most website that we're using.
Shout out to
Also,
Creo, they're
yeah.
the sponsor of this
Creo,
podcast.
the sponsor.
They'll
Yeah.
be happy with that.
Thank you, because I
You like
already.
Creo?
Yeah, it's the website that I like the most. Honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
He's not paid to say.
No,
it.
I'm not paid. Eh? So that's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why do you like Creo so much?
I mean, it will be like the fact that I've been working with the site since the beginning. So
Wow.
it will be like, yeah, I get along with the site, and it's why, and I pretty get to know the site very well. Most
It's our only
comparative,
consistent
yeah, it's the only
platform.
consistent platform of all the platforms that we have.
Yeah. It's good when you have something like that, and then you learn the process of consent too.
Yeah, the process of consent.
Have you done a consent by yourself or not
No,
yet?
not
by
not
yourself?
yet. No,
So that'll be next week.
probably will be
Okay.
next week.
I'll
Yeah.
be there. Me and Lana and Grecia, I'm pretty sure will be. I have to be there. It seems like,
Please.
unless Jaime's gonna be there.
Yeah, yeah. All the people
Maybe
are gonna be like judging me. A little bit. Hey, you forgot the informed consent, and I was like, yeah.
What about
Sorry.
interacting with doctors, like getting labs signed?
Okay.
Is that intimidating or is it?
I mean, I always feel intimidating working with professionals. I mean, I got intimidated for you guys. It was like,
For us?
yeah, for us, but not in a bad for you guys, but not in a bad way, because I'm working with professional people. I mean, I'm working with Dan, I'm working with Grace, and even if they're younger than me, it's like they're having much time than me here in YCT, or with the doctors in the clinics. It's like they're, I don't know, it's a doctor, and I was like, oh my god, I don't want to bother the doctor. I want to. I don't know. I think a lot of stuff.
Well, every coordinator feels the same way.
Yeah.
But it's harder when you're new. But they've been pretty cool. Like all of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's surpass all my expectations, and
surpass.
yeah, it's like, I don't know. I like to work with the professionals too. It's pretty cool to feel like, oh, that pressure, but at the end of the day, they're persons, so they're cool. They're really cool. Yeah.
And you met one of the newer ones today, and then next week, or 2 weeks from now, I'll meet one. We're gonna have a cardiologist, hopefully. He said, "Yeah, let's do it. Get
Let's
a
do it.
study." So I'm gonna teach you next how to get studies. Lana's been doing a little bit of that with me,
Okay.
but I'll teach you from one of our other sponsors, Inato. It helps get studies for sites also. Regulatory, you've done enough regulatory?
Regulatory training from
Like
all the
delegation log, training logs.
Yeah, I've been complete all the training logs for Creo. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
I already finished them. Yeah.
Creo, but like even for the other studies we have like training log and delegation log. I think Katie put you on all of them.
Yeah, hey, Katie was the first 2 weeks old. Did you get a log? Did you get access to this website? Did you
Okay.
get access? Did you get access? Yeah, and as soon as I get access, I was doing all the training. Yeah,
So you got basically all of that out of the way, right?
yeah, basically. Yeah,
Wow. And about 3 weeks is what it
in three
takes.
weeks. Yeah.
So now you are ready to do visits. What do you like? You've only done this for 3 weeks, but if somebody with, there's a lot of people out there with bench research experience, a lot
Hmm.
that watch, and they're considering clinical research, but they're not sure because it's different. What is your advice for them, for the bench researchers out there?
To be part like in
Yeah, like if they're considering clinical research, like what are, because you actually changed career. So what is your advice for them if they're watching?
I mean, you can. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's part of my career to being not as an official research. I was a little bit, but those people that it's a great opportunity. It's I don't know. It's a big field that you can grow and improve all your knowledge being part of a clinical research. As you give me the opportunity to be part here, and I was like, my thoughts of the research was like, okay, like just a minimum because of all the things that I have been seeing. But now that I'm here and now that I'm in YCT, I'm search all the panorama and it's big. There's a pretty I don't know. There's so much stuff that you need to do and in the research, and it's pretty important. How do you need to be and follow? I mean, the protocol stuff. You need to register all the data that you have. You need to keep continuing looking for studies and investigations and research. I mean, it's a lot of information, and it's pretty cool.
And then the patients.
And the
The
patients that you
worst
need to have.
part is, in my opinion, the worst part is when patients screen fail that really want to be in the study.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we're gonna, unfortunately, unless we get a miracle, have to screen
Yeah.
fail two people from last week that
Yeah.
really were looking forward to being in the study. But that's when we learned the hard way too, how to pre-screen better.
Mm-hmm.
Because after that monitoring visit, you had your first monitoring visit too, remote, or
Yeah.
maybe your second.
That's my second. Yeah.
But your second, we learned, all of us, me too, the more specific of what exactly the type of patient they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Because the ones we screened, we thought they qualified, but they actually didn't, and
Yeah.
we all learned the hard way. Looks like they're both gonna have to screen fail, which sucks.
Yeah, it sucks because you get along with the people. The persons they really show interest and hey, I want to be part of your study, and you're like you're too excited too because you know people that want to be part of a study. But at the end of the day, they tell you that that person doesn't like he's screen fail in the study, so it's kind of disappointed. And it's kind of sad too because of the person. It's like you
Yeah.
need to tell the person that hey, you were not
But you
going
know
to.
what though? As long as you treat them well,
That's true.
there's always another study.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't mention names, but patient number 1 in the depression study, she's been in 2 other studies. So, and she screen failed from one. So as long as you treat them well and you tell them like exactly what's happening and
Yeah.
here's why, and you don't just like ignore them. Like the worst thing to do is if someone screen fail, you screen fail them in the system, and you don't tell the patient anything.
Okay. I mean, you
And then the
need to tell
patient's
the
like gonna call
hey,
you and say what
so
happened.
what happened? Did
Yeah,
I pass? Did I not? And yeah, you need to have a little empathy with the persons.
yeah. Even if it's a text, but preferably a call.
Yeah, it's
And
preferred.
there's enough of us, you, Katie, like to make that go around. And that's unfortunately part of the business is you gotta let them know, hey, you screen failed, but you know what? We have other studies.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff. We have more studies. If you're interested to be part of them, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you need to invite them, and you need to be more. You need to have empathy with the persons
Yeah.
as you treat.
And one of the reasons I like to get you guys as the coordinators involved in selecting future studies, like through Inato, that's what I have Lana doing now, is because you know the screen fails already,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what kind of patients we have for potential studies
Yeah.
based on just even your 3 weeks. You already know probably 20 people
Yeah,
for
I
for other studies.
uh-huh. And once you screen fill, it's like okay, they're probably screen for an alcohol study,
Yeah,
but you can show you can tell the people if they're interested to be part of the another stuff of diabetes
yeah.
or for
That lady,
obesity.
that
Yeah.
lady, not only depression, but she had rosacea.
Mm-hmm.
She was in a rosacea study of ours, and then she screen failed for an arthritis study.
Okay.
So that's 3 studies. She qualified for 2 and finished 2,
Oh,
completed.
she
Because
complete 2 studies.
in this depression one, she's gonna complete. And she just has one more visit.
Oh, okay.
And so that's because we treated her well. And then
Mm-hmm.
there have been cases where screen failures, no one contacted them, and they get upset. And then there's other patients where they get mad with you that why they screen failed, but you
Mm-hmm.
just got to work with them. It's a lot of empathy, like you said.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of skills to being a coordinator. It's not just like you're very analytical, but you also have to be a people person.
Yeah.
But then you also have to wear many hats and be very versatile and do podcasts.
And 2 podcasts and
Next
videos.
week, you're going to do an interview for the community with
Oh,
Burger
well,
Theory to
okay.
raise awareness in the community about research. So far, so good, man.
So far, so good.
Where do you see your career going? Like, you're young. You're what, 24?
I'm 24 years old.
Super young. That's when I started.
Oh.
No, that's when I started full time. I started
full
part
time?
time like when I was 20,
Oh, okay.
but full time 24.
Oh.
And look at me now, 42. I'm just getting started.
Hey, that's true.
Because I told you I want to eventually do biotech
Mm-hmm.
stuff. But what have you? Because I know you had similar aspirations, but after being with us for about a month, what do you think? Like monitoring, or you prefer the site level, like where we are for a while, or what's going through your head?
Well, it's a lot of information to process too. But in this time, in these 3 weeks, even in the interview that you get to know me, it's like, yeah, I this is like my first official job. Being and having relationship with my career at some point. I would like to grow up with YCT team. It's like, yeah, if I would like to expand my knowledge of research and my biotech too. I would like to have like the confidence to implement all my knowledge, even in biomedical, like helping in the clinics to I don't know, maintains all the equipment, all the medical equipment, all the biotech investigations that Dan could like have in the future. And even if he expands in many different zones, I would like to, I don't know, for example, if you get to expand to San Luis, Arizona, and you have like
We've been trying.
a
Yeah.
site there, it's like, hey, damn, well, I can be like a chief there, a lot coordinator
Katie,
there. I
like
can
Katie.
help you in Yuma too, and many sites. I don't know.
I got ideas in the car on the drive back. I'll tell you some of them, like
Okay.
ideas. But there's a lot of different things. Not ready to say all of those on camera, but I got some ideas.
Okay.
I don't want to jinx. I don't want to jinx it. I don't
Oh,
want to jinx
damn!
it.
I already said.
No, no,
no?
no.
Okay.
I'm talking about like the structure.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to jinx it.
No, it's okay.
Because then I haven't tried it, and somebody's gonna try it and not do well, and then they're gonna blame me. So I haven't done it yet. I'll talk about it after I do it.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, but so far so good, no?
Yeah.
And we're heading into a busy year. We gotta figure out like a few of our studies how to get better patients, but we're getting referrals now, and we'll make it happen. Any last words of advice for people not in research yet, or maybe brand new coordinators?
Oof. About any comments about being
Yeah,
a
anything,
research?
anything like helpful tips. Maybe somebody's gonna start working tomorrow, and they're nervous, like you were the day before your first day.
I think that I will say just like go ahead and motivate yourself to do the research. Like
That's good.
yeah, I mean, if you don't have like the motivation, if you're doubting yourself, at the end of the day you're not going to begin and start doing the research. So yeah, just find that motivation. If you really want to begin a study investigation, it's like, well, you need to get up and
Wait. So you said this was your first job? How many jobs did you apply to? There was no research jobs
Oh
you
no,
applied to,
I
right?
haven't like I didn't apply for a job.
So this was your first application and your first.
Well, in here in the United States, yeah.
Wow, you're
Because
100%.
yeah, I got lucky.
Wow, most people out there, I tell them you gotta go to 10 to get just one interview.
And that's
In
a
more
few.
competitive cities, I think.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I think in Yuma you clearly were like a different class. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we interviewed about 10 people in your cohort, and it was between you and another person. I was even thinking to hire both, but then you guys both did your second interview, and you did even better in your second interview,
No, okay.
and the other person did it worse in their second
Oh,
interview.
he. I don't know. At the end of the day, it was like
Yeah,
because
they did it worse.
Okay.
Yeah, so you clearly passed a bunch of tests to get here, and that's the kind of people we need. We're willing to
Oh.
be patient and wait because we want to grow with the right people, and we have to have like a good culture. I think more sites need to think about that rather than just hiring people to do stuff,
Mhm.
because what happens is people start getting into arguments and people quit. It becomes toxic,
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's one of the things we try to avoid. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy so far
Yeah, me
with
too.
everything I see, and that's good. Well, you'll be seeing a lot more of Luis, guys,
Oh my god.
and also on Yuma Clinical Trials. So you don't have a LinkedIn or anything, right? Just the Instagram.
Yeah, just the Instagram. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll link to Yuma Clinical Trials underneath, so you'll see Luis on his next video with Burger Theory. So if you like burgers, watch that one.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Luis.
No, thank you, you too.
And thank you, everybody, for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share, go follow. Bye-bye. Instagram. As soon as I get up, I'm going to turn you off, but SOS. Let's go. Hey, if you guys like that kind of content, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share. Stay tuned for more videos.